Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificently done!
Unreal! Appreciate the help! This one's mine!
Next, my turn!
Take this! Lunar Arc! Annihilation! This one's mine! Hurricane Strike!
Begin!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me.
Hear my call!
No place here! Begin! Are they calling reinforcements?
Send them out!
Wrong fight!
Don't get surrounded!
From the wind! I'll smash you!
Flame of Fury! Burning!
Bloody howling!
This one's mine!
Burning
I
flash!
leave you alone!
Flew away!
Thunder Touch!
Flew away!
Elusive deity! I owe you one for that!
I'm sorry, trouble.
Give you the same
I owe you one.
Freeze
Flew away!
Here goes!
There! From the wind!
Hurricane Fire! Tower of
Not
Flame!
more!
Minute
Flew
without a
away!
trace! This
We
one's
did it!
mine!
Black and blade!
This one's mine!
Ignore execution!
Tiger Blade! Their arms were interrupted! I never miss! Do it!
Burning flash! More?
A freezing storm!
No further! Flew away! Burning flash!
Flew
away! I have no limit!
Use all the power of my
Burning
healing
flash!
arts!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno! Resonate with the earth!
Let the marksman handle this!
Rain
This one's
stalagmite!
mine! This one's mine!
Flew away!
A guard!
Blood!
Radiant
I
light!
can carve through!
Here!
Stop!
Here's a healing arm! First aid! Leave the torches to me!
Not today!
Feast of thought! Denied! Next phase! Annihilation! Do it! Don't leave!
All yours, Kisara! More?
Confiscated! Hurricane
Flew away!
Elusive Freeze laser! Here, let me help! First aid! I'm ready!
Precision, timing. All a perfect tap.
You picked the wrong fight!
Nothing else to add?
You take meticulous care of your firearm.
Make it break! Kisara! Go for it! Prepare to crumble! Think we overdid it?
Take this!
Not by a long
away!
shot!
Begin!
Glacial Spear! Pierce the evil!
No further! Vacuum
Going
blade!
in! Freeze laser! I never miss! This one's mine!
Flew away!
Reload! Water! Hear my call!
Resonate with the earth!
Hurricane Fire! Feast of Thought!
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out.
And miss all the fun. No way.
Not a chance!
Flame of Fury!
Bloody blade!
Water! Hear my call! Spread!
I'm not done!
You've got a knack for battle.
I still plan on training.
That's what I like to hear.
Burn! Raining slash! Flew away! I can feel my power growing! Coming through!
I'm ready!
Raining
Hurricane Strike!
I'll face you! Flew away! Elusive deity! Rotating what?
Hellbot!
This is weak!
Here's a healing rod!
Take that! Now you see what I can do!
Annihilation! Blizzard!
Cure!
Flaming meteor!
Flew away!
Here, let me help.
Lightning slash!
First aid!
Blow away! Resonate with the earth!
Stoppage charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Hurricane! Let's show you what my heart can do.
Burn!
Breath of life!
Heal my wearied companion! Lightning slash!
And just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line.
No sooner said than done.
Lightning slash!
Hurricane!
Blow away! Try harder! I'm not done!
Radiant!
Lightning slash! Rage. Blow away!
Behind you!
This is said to be the best motivation.
Will this help?
Breath of life! Heal my wearied companion!
Ready and ready!
Their arts were interrupted.
This one's mine!
Begin! I'll smash you!
Why'd you heal me?
Does it stop you dying?
Now you've gone and ticked me off.
Glacial
Ready!
Nice
Black and green!
I'm gone!
Ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare to Malita!
Lightning! Back into the fray!
In a bind?
Annihilation! Confiscated! Hurricane Death!
Elusive deity!
Laser blow!
Hitting clouds!
Searing tempest! And that's my
Leave
will!
the charge to
Elusive
me!
deity!
Lightning!
Far enough!
Eagle wave! Raining slash!
Hurricane
Blow away!
Laser blow!
Ignite! Bloody
Laser meteor!
Blow away!
Ready and ready!
Now you see what I can do!
Glacial burning strike! Water! Hear my call! This one's mine!
Watch yourself!
Rise and rest!
Incredible power!
This one's mine!
Raining shot!
Hurricane strike!
Resonate with the earth!
Into the shadows!
Stalagmite! Blow away!
Meteor!
Bathed in blood! Radiant you! Try harder! Do you require Raining take this! Blow away! Try harder! Not a chance!
Flaming fury!
Vacuum blade! The flame inside me! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Resonate with the earth!
Let me show you what my heart can do!
Stalagmite!
Hurricane strike!
You picked the wrong fight! Blood!
Laser blow!
Bloody howling! Blow away! Raining slash!
Hurricane
interrupted!
Beast assault!
Raining slash!
Do
Blow
it!
away! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Well, am I improving?
Tremendously. The speed and precision of your aim is simply... unmatched.
I had no idea you were watching me so closely.
I won't forgive you!
Resonate with the earth! Armor won't save you!
Water snake, wake!
Not a chance! Blow away!
Here's evil!
Airborne beast, my special.
Raining slash!
Here's evil!
Got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Hurricane strike!
All yours! Lunarongo!
Hear my call! Spray!
Glacial
Here's evil!
Raging you apart! Bloody howling! Blow away! Resonate with the earth!
Where are you going? It's in the sky, it's mine!
Eat dirt! Raging you apart!
Here we go!
Excellent technique. How are your weapons holding up? Best not to give me any
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over.
Let me help!
Who said anything about letting off?
Raining
I
slash!
can handle it.
Blow away! Demon pistol!
Spray! Annihilation!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Seriously? Is this a joke? Right here! I got you!
Wizard blow! Water! Here! This one's mine! Flaming meteor!
I don't have much left! Forward up!
Gravitas field!
Exploit the enemy's weakness. Now you see what I can do.
An astral
That's my cue.
Shut him down.
This one's mine!
Execution. Raining strike. Resonate with the earth. Much like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it!
Use its weak point to take it down.
All together, everyone! Shield and fire!
No further.
One more!
Raining strike. Blew away. There.
Here
One's
goes!
mine!
Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
Annihilation! Annihilation!
Burn.
Here! I'll heal you!
Ready and rare.
Not on my watch! Healing circle!
I'll face you.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. You got it.
I'll heal you all! I never miss!
The flame
You
inside
make me
deserves
angry!
To be let
That
free.
was a bad idea!
Burn.
Annihilation!
Wider.
Piercing roar!
Raining
By the
strike.
power of flame!
Blew away.
Hurricane strike!
Raining
Feast
strike.
of the... I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Molotov!
Resonate with the earth.
Another incantation ruined.
Kisara, Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it.
Yeah! Nice technique!
Rongo, Black and Blade.
Going in!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
The Zoogles here are putting up a real fight. That just... This goes to show how important this place is.
Or perhaps they simply thrived freely here under such harsh conditions.
I don't give a damn.
The astral energy here is so dense. It's like trying to walk through water.
I know the Great Spirit's will is in the center of Rena, but with the world in this state, the entire planet has become its body, right? So doesn't that mean we're already inside it?
I would say that is horrifyingly correct. After all, the further we climb, the denser the astral energy becomes.
What's the matter, Rinwell? Are you not feeling all right?
No, it's nothing like that. It just feels like the energy here is a little more intense than it was before.
You mean Rena's energy?
Yeah, it's like when I made contact with Dana's will in the wedge. It's almost as though I can understand what Rena's will is thinking.
But Rena's will is supposed to be a lot stronger. Aren't we risking the Great Spirit controlling us if we interact with it directly?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Rena's will is only supposed to control true Renans, like the Helganquil. If we can discern what the Great Spirit is thinking too, we might learn something, a weakness. But just to be safe, let me contact it alone.
Are you insane? Rinwell, you're gonna...
Rinwell!
There was only meant to be one world. And your goal is to make them one. Is this fear? What just happened?
Are you all right? Rinwell? Rinwell, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I think.
What were you thinking? You could have gotten yourself killed!
He's right. You had us all terrified, Rinwell.
I'm sorry. I really am. But I know now. I know how the Great Spirit thinks. I know what it wants, how it feels. Rena's Great Spirit wants to complete the world.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's trying to make something?
Yes, exactly. Originally, Dana and Rena were meant to be one world. But that never happened. They've stayed separated, and the Great Spirit wants to finish the process.
What do you mean, one world? How is that even possible?
I don't know, but its will is clear. That's what the Great Spirit is trying to accomplish. The only problem is that since Rena's energy isn't evenly spread like Dana's, it seems like it'll vanish before that happens naturally.
So it's trying to absorb Dana while it still can, so that it can force the two planets to unite. Is that what you're saying?
The Great Spirit is scared. But it's not scared the way a rational person would be. It's more raw and undiluted, like just pure fear.
Like an animal, acting out of instinct. Although admittedly, an animal would be easier to communicate with. At the very least, I have my doubts that it recognizes us as sentient beings with a reason for coming here. Earth, water, fire, and wind energy exist in both worlds, but only darkness and light can be found within Rena and Dana, respectively. The Renis Alma, as far as we know, the only host capable of harvesting the astral energy, is composed of all six. Knowing all that, Rinwell's findings do sound plausible.
That sounds a lot like Shion's thorns, doesn't it? The whole reason the Great Spirit is trying to unite Dana and Rena into one world is in order to save itself. And if her thorns are part of the Great Spirit, then they must also be trying to save themselves?
Alphen, what is it?
We thought the only way to free your thorns was for you to die. Yet despite that, they seem to be doing everything in their power to stop that from happening to you. Something wasn't adding up. But then I just realized something. If the Great Spirit doesn't want to die, then neither would your thorns. Those same emotions, that fear, that determination, and its energy must have been the same thing that was keeping you alive. You were its vessel.
In that case, is that why her thorns caused so much pain to anyone who touched her? Because they were trying to protect themselves?
If that's all true, then... well, it's more than a little ironic.
The Great Spirit merely expresses its desires. I imagine it was the Helganquil who were likely tasked with putting together and implementing an actual plan.
Shion.
I'm okay. We need to hurry and clean this mess up before it gets out of hand.
Still, Even if the current state of the world is wrong, like you said, does that really make everything okay?
If the world had been whole from the start, as it should have been, there'd be no Dana and no Rena, no masters or slaves, no lords, no crown contest, maybe just peace.
To think, all this started because of the Great Spirit's desire to keep living. The only reason it craves energy is because it's dying from starvation. When you think about it like that, maybe the things it's done aren't so strange after all.
If Rena had been more like Dana, things would have worked out a whole lot better.
It's like Hevrect 35 told us. The Danan and Renan spirits are meant to be completely different beings.
Rena's energy amassing in one place led to its developing a powerful will. But that also made it crave energy, sapping Rena dry until it perished.
Whereas Dana's energy is dispersed, meaning its will never developed to the same extent. And without that hunger, Dana the planet was spared.
As for which is correct, well, I'm not sure it's our place to even say. Still, I can't help but think it reminds me a lot of the dichotomy of the human condition.
Dichotomy? What do you mean?
Those who know not satisfaction are driven to keep devouring without limit. But those who are content with their lot in life rarely fulfill their potential. I imagine it's likely that the larger Rena's great spirit grew, the more and more powerful its hunger also became.
Everything in moderation. When all's said and done, maybe that's the hardest thing for people to learn. We've reached our destination.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
What do you all say to taking the path less trodden for once?
Path?
Do you mean that thing that looks like a...
Poodle said.
Really?
Not that main...
Alvin always...
Like the landslide he insisted was a shortcut before disappearing off the edge? Nearly gave me a heart attack.
I'll say, yet the intrepid explorer looked as happy as a pig in muck.
Probably best we stick to doing our own orienteering in the future.
Hey, so what about...
Maybe if we
Don't you think the path...
Good point. I say we stick to the main track like regular travelers for once.
Guys? I will break...
Did we really just spend that much money?
I think I'll read my book a little more.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while?
Would you perchance...
Why?
Which is why
Music?
there's more. Once you...
What sound? Speaking of music,
Those are... You could say...
meaning that
Do you think...
not at all. Picture your...
The darkness... However,
Well, now,
we'd best get ready for tomorrow. Feeling better after last night?